Ayyub alayhi salam lived in a town called Hawran, which is in Syria. He married a woman by the name Rahma, and she was from the family of Yusuf alayhi salam. Ayyub was a very, very wealthy man. Allah blessed him in every type of blessing that you can imagine. In his health, he was handsome, he was in perfect health. His wife was beautiful, he had lots of children, he had huge cultivation, hundreds of acres of land, on which he had thousands of herds of cattle. Scholars mention that he had 1,000 goats and 1,000 sheep, camels, 1,000 herds of cattle, cows, and he had thousands of more herds of camels. So, subhanAllah, he had so much wealth and over 500 families that used to work for him. So what happened? Ayyub alayhi salam was tested by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He lost his wealth, his children, his health. He was very sick. He lost everything except his wife. And during that time, Shaitan began to whisper to people of Hawran and say, guess what? All of this hardship come to Ayyub. He must have committed a sin. So the people of Hawran came to Ayyub and said, you got to get out of this town. You have done something evil. And we are afraid that just like the punishment of Allah has touched you, it will also touch us because you have done something evil. So Ayyub alayhi salam have no choice, unfortunately, but to get out of the town. And so they were thrown out into the desert. So subhanallah, he lost everything, his children, his wealth, house, except his righteous wife, who will be his soulmate inshallah in Jannah. She was the only who stayed with him. They went through a really hard time after that. But one day, Ayyub alayhi salam decided to call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying, "Oh Allah, verily, I have been touched by the shaitan in my body, in my health, and in my wealth, and you are the most forgiving, the most merciful." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent an angel to Ayyub and said, "Oh Ayyub, Allah sends you his salam." And he said that, what an honorable slave you have been by being patient with Allah's decree. And he has told me to tell you that to hit the earth with your leg. So Ayyub hit the earth with his leg, and so spring came up. He washed his body and drank the water, all the sickness removed, and he was cured. Ayyub was cured so fast that when his wife came back home, she couldn't find Ayyub. She found this young man who was healthy and become fixed from his problems. So she said, "Hey, have you seen my husband, Ayyub?" She couldn't recognize him. He was old, really sick, lying down somewhere. "Here, have you seen him?" So Ayyub said, No, I am Ayyub. Look at me, Allah has fixed me. Allah has given me health. And it is almost like the fountain of youth. So Ayyub became younger and he looked healthier. Ayyub alayhi salam said, "Also drink from the spring and wash yourself." With that, Rahma regained her energy and her health. On top of that, look at what Allah says. And so in front of their eyes, Allah resurrected his children as a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And more of that, Allah gave him more kids, double. Allah gave him back his wealth, everything that he lost. Allah gave him double and triple on top of that. It was just a test, brothers and sisters. And to prove to Shaitan and to all people who have evil thoughts about this prophet, that this prophet of God was not being punished, he was being tested. Look at the test yet, but he succeeded. So my brothers and sisters, this is the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You won't be great in this dunya. Allah will test you in your health, wealth, and children. And when it comes, be patient.